is everything you need to know to visit Genting Highlands, the Las Vegas of Malaysia. All right, let's go.
The first thing to know is just a little bit about the Genting Highlands. It's a self-proclaimed city of entertainment. The primary draw is that the Genting Highlands is home to the only legal casinos in Malaysia. It also features theme parks, shopping malls, hotels, and convention centers. At the top of the hill, there's 6 hotels with over 10,000 rooms, 170 shopping and dining outlets, and being so high up in the Highlands means it's cooler than the steamy lowlands of Kuala Lumpur. Located at an altitude of 1,800 meters or almost 6,000 feet, the temperatures up here are a good 10 degrees Celsius lower than in KL Central, generally staying in the 15 to 25 degrees Celsius range and rarely falling below 14 degrees Celsius. Genting Highlands is a very popular attraction, and before COVID, they were raking in about 30 million visitors per year to this hilltop. Second thing to know is some information to help you get oriented. Now, getting oriented here seems like it should be easy, but in reality, it's actually not. And the reason why is there's no real windows from the whole property, so it's kind of hard to tell where you actually are and where other things are in relation to where you are. I feel like they make it very hard for you once you're at the top to actually get out of the buildings, but they do make it pretty easy when you're in the buildings to be able to find all the other ones with arrows and signs and things like that that'll point you to where you need to go. You just have no idea whether that's going to be a 2-minute walk or a 15-minute walk. I found no problems understanding all of the signs, and pretty much everything was signed in English and Chinese, and occasionally in Malay too. The third thing to know is about getting into the Genting Highlands, and the interesting part about this is that the classic way to get into the Genting Highlands is by skyway, cable car, and there's actually 2 of them, though most of the time only one of them is operational. The major skyway is called the Awana Skyway, and it departs from the Genting Highlands Premium Outlet Mall. It passes through the Chin Sui Caves Temple Station, and then it arrives at the Sky Avenue Station. That's the shopping mall at the top. Now there's a second skyway, or gondola, or cable car, that departs from Gotong Jaya, and at this point in time, they only use it when they're making repairs on the previous cable car. When it was actually running, it was the fastest and longest cable car system in Southeast Asia, and where it stops at the top is at the Highlands Hotel. So if most people take a cable car up to the top, how do they get to the cable car? Because the Genting Highlands is quite far from everything else. It's really kind of in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, and I would say most people arrive to the Genting Highlands by bus. If you're coming from Kuala Lumpur, the most buses leave from KL Central Station. They're really cheap. They're like 10 ringgit each way, but definitely book a round trip bus if you're gonna do that, because the day I was there, by 6 p.m., they were all sold out for the entire day. And if you get the opportunity to book a cable car ticket along with your bus, you should go ahead and do that too, because there are gonna be lines to buy the cable car tickets when you get to the top. The buses that go there are generally direct buses from the central station up to the Genting Premier outlets, so you can get on the Skyway. You'll also find direct buses from the Kuala Lumpur National Airport and other cities in the region, even as far away as like Singapore. If you're not taking a bus, pretty much the only other way to get there is by driving a car, taxi, Grab. I took a Grab from Kuala Lumpur City Center. The first 2 Grab drivers I tried to take, both of them canceled on me because they said they didn't want to go that far. Eventually, I called a premium Grab, and they showed up to pick me up because I guess their car was going to make it to the top of this really windy drive. If you're prone to motion sickness, you might want to skip this one because the road is really windy and twisty to get up to the top. My Grab ride there cost me about 130 ringgit, and my Grab ride back cost me about 160 ringgit. Just as a data point for you. And if you find yourself there on a busy day, you might want to consider getting yourself an express Skyway ticket. The regular ticket price is 19 ringgit for a round trip ticket from the bottom to the top, but the lines can be quite long. I saw signs that said like wait of 60 minutes from this point. If you buy the express ticket, you don't wait in line. The express ticket is 32 ringgit. It is less than double the price, and if you do the math of that to US dollars, it is like less than $7 total for the ticket. To go from waiting for an hour to waiting 0, you can decide whether that's worth your time. It's worth my time to pay a few more dollars to not wait an hour. Now, if you're saying, Chris, what if I just don't want to deal with cable car situation at all? No problem. Cars can go all the way to the top. Obviously, if you're taking a taxi, it's going to cost you a little bit more to get up there, but you can certainly do that and just set your destination all the way to one of the hotels on the top. If you are planning to stay at the hotels, you should know that the cable car then might not be the best way to get up there if you have luggage, because the cable car only allows you to bring on one small carry-on piece of luggage into the cable car. The cable cars are shared with 8 to 10 passengers per car. By the way, if you're like, Chris, cable car, I'm going to interchangeably call it the cable car, the gondola, and the skyway. So deal with it. The fourth thing to know is about getting around. And getting around at the top, pretty easy. For the most part, you just walk around. All the hotels, shopping areas, restaurants are all pretty much connected together and really all just seem to make a gigantic resort. Sometimes they're interior walkways, sometimes they're exterior walkways, but at the top of the hill, you can walk around to everything. Now, you may not want to walk around to everything. If you don't, because it can be a long walk between different hotels or different shopping areas, there is a shuttle bus system that makes a loop around that'll take you a loop around to the different hotels that runs on a 15-minute frequency. They're like small minivan type shuttles. And they're free. I took one. You don't have to be staying in a hotel to use it. Now, if you have your own car or a rental car, if you're wondering, Chris, can I drive around and park at these different places at the top? The answer is yes, kind of. There are different parking structures up at the top, but it's not worth your time to really move around amongst them. The time you spend to get in and out, not worth it. And I think many people actually park their car down at the Genting Premier outlets. There's a huge parking structure down there, and then take the cable car up from there, so they can experience the cable car ride. The fifth thing to know is about where to stay, and all of the hotels at the top are run by Resorts World. One company owns all the hotels, operates all the hotels. The biggest of the hotels is called the First World Hotel. It is, in fact, the biggest hotel in the world. It holds that Guinness Book of World Records record with 7,351 rooms and 3 towers. And from the outside, boy, is it ugly. It is made of this rainbow paint, and it says World's Biggest Hotel. It is also the cheapest hotel up here at the top. So, if you're looking for cheap, that's going to be your choice. Personally, I would avoid this one, as I found the air quality just in the lobby to be worse than a Las Vegas hotel casino. Now, going to the other side of the spectrum, from the cheapest to the most expensive, we have the Crockford's Hotel. This is the most expensive hotel in the Genting Highlands. It has received the coveted 5-star rating by the Forbes Travel Guide numerous years in a row, and while I've not stayed at this one, I have stayed at the Crockford's by Resorts World in Las Vegas, and I really did enjoy my stay there. Next down on the tier list, we have the Highlands Hotel. This 5-star hotel was supposed to look like a Scottish castle. The lobby, I don't know. You tell me whether that's a Scottish castle or not, but I guess they were going for a little bit of Vegas theming with this one. Another one that has an interesting theme is the Genting Skyworlds Hotel. This is the theme park hotel. It's located directly next to the main outdoor entrance of the Genting Skyworlds theme park. It's kind of a tropical rainforest themed hotel. In the lobby, it's got like slides and playgrounds for kids. And it turns out this building is actually one of the first hotels built in the Genting Highlands in 1971. And then to round out the list of 5 and 6, we have the Genting Grand Hotel and we have the Genting Resort Hotel. You've got one other Resorts World hotel to choose from, the Resorts World Awana. This one's not located at the top. This one's down by the Genting Premier outlets, and it's on an 18-hole golf course. So if you're looking for more of a nature experience and the casino experience, consider that one. All right, let's talk about food. There's a lot of place to eat around here, and roughly divided into 2 main complexes. The first one that you come in, and then the First World complex underneath the First World Hotel, which is where I'm seated at right now. If you're looking for like the cheapest, quickest, casual place to eat, come to the lobby. That was loud because somebody dropped something. Come to the lobby of the First World Hotel, to the aptly named Lobby Cafe, where they have staple Malaysian classics. I have the nasi lemak with chicken rendang. How much was this? 6 ringgit. And I added a drink here for 4 ringgit. So 20 ringgit total, or $4 for this plate of deliciousness. The 7th thing to know is about casinos. The main thing to do in the Genting Highlands is definitely gambling. And the casinos are open 24 hours. You do have to be 21 and over to go in, and if you're Malaysian, not Muslim, to enter. There's a notional dress code that applies prohibiting sandals. Interestingly, alcohol is not available in the casinos, though they do have machines with free coffee, tea, and juice inside. They don't allow videos, so I'm just going to show you the front of the casino instead. You have to go through metal detectors and a turnstile to go in, and when you're inside, there's no restaurants, there's no entertainment, there's just gambling. And if you want to gamble, you got to sign up for Genting Rewards card, show them your passport so they know who you are. And they also don't allow any big bags inside. If you got big bags, you got to stow them in the lockers that they have around the complex. There are 2 separate casinos at the top. The Sky Casino is probably the one that you would encounter first. This one is just right near where you enter from level 1 or 2 of Sky Avenue. And the other one is the Genting Casino. You enter this one from the Genting Grand or Highlands Hotel. The 8th thing to know is about theme parks, and there are 3 theme parks at Genting Highlands. The one you'll see right off the bat when you're coming in off the Skyway is the Genting Skyworlds theme park. This one's an outdoor theme park. It's a one-price admission to get into the park and ride all of the rides, 198 ringgit. They have an interesting virtual queue system. You can sign up for the mobile app to use it, or if you couldn't, like me, because you couldn't get the one-time push to your cell phone number while you were in Malaysia, they have these kiosk machines that you can scan your theme park ticket and get your virtual queue reservations that way. Do you know that they don't really allow bags or most stuff in most of the rides? I really think it's a way that they just get more money from you to rent a locker. Got some handy lockers that you can rent. The small ones are 20, the bigger ones are 30, and the biggest ones are 50 ringgit per 6-hour period. And there's a lot of them in the park. The Skyworlds theme park is open pretty short hours, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. But the one that keeps on going late into the night is the Skytropolis indoor theme park. This one's on the first floor of that Sky Avenue as you come in, and this one is you pay per ride. Well, you can pay per ride. There's no admission fee to go in since it's part of the whole mall shopping complex. They do have some all-you-can-ride passes, or if you just want to ride the Ferris wheel, just pay to ride the Ferris wheel. And for the really adventuresome, they can take the indoor zip line, 45 ringgit a passenger inside. It'll take you from up here all the way down there. And then up on the 4th floor of Sky Avenue, there's a kiddie theme park, the Ripley's Believe It or Not Adventureland, with a number of different super kid-friendly activities. If you've got little ones, that's where they'll want to be. The 9th thing to know is about shopping, and at the top of the hill, it's kind of weird that they call the shopping areas different names, although really when you're walking around, it feels like all one big thing. The name that they give to the one that you come into with the Skyway is the Sky Avenue. And then the one that's underneath the First World Hotel is called the First World Plaza. And then there's some shops around the Genting Grand Hotel that they call the Genting Grand Complex. Now down at the bottom of the hill, there's the Genting Highlands Premium Outlets, an outlet mall very much like an American outlet mall with all the American brands you'd expect, including Coach that had long lines while I was there. And in the actual building with the cable car itself, Awana Sky Central has some shops in that one too. Although the Awana Sky Central building looks like it's in need of a significant remodel.
So now I want to talk about some of the other things to do here that aren't just gambling and theme parks. One of them is visiting the Chin Sui Caves Temple Complex. There's actually a stop on the cable car. As you come up, you can get off and you can check out this really cool temple. It was built by the founder of Resorts World, and every shot that you ever see of it, including this one, is of this multi-storied pagoda, but it's actually a really big complex, and it doesn't seem to be built into a cave. Like if you've heard of the Badu Caves, which is like a whole temple inside of a cave, this is not that. This has this journey to enlightenment where you can go and see these 10 different hells, and I think those are the caves that they're talking about, but there's big Buddha statues, there's incense, you can eat durian. I mean, I think on your way up to Resorts World, this is worth at least an hour. Admission is free. If you ring the bell for a wish, they do ask for a 5 ringgit donation. Now, you might not even need to know this when you come, but I'm going to share it anyway. The general way you get here from the cable car complex is like down an escalator, but the escalator was broken when I was here, so they had some shuttles that were coming down here, free shuttles to come down here. It took a 3-minute ride, except the line for the shuttles were long. But there were some enterprising taxi drivers that said for 5 ringgit, they'll bring you down here, which is like the equivalent of $1. So I'll happily pay $1 to not wait in what looked like at least a 30-minute line. And definitely don't miss the observation deck on top of the Gotong Hall. You see this little observation deck up here. You get great 360 views from up there. To get there, you go inside. There's a weird door that you open. You go up a really weird staircase, but then once you're up the top, the view's amazing. If you want to find the best place to get outside and actually see the view from here about how it looks from the top and look down, visit the Talking Garden. This is really hard to find. Well, it was hard to find for me, but it'll be easy to find for you now that I'm telling you how to find it. You're gonna find the Sky Worlds Hotel from inside. Just follow the signs that say Sky Worlds Hotel. From the Sky Worlds Hotel, from the lobby, go outside, turn left, go around to the back of the hotel. from the back of the hotel, there's a bridge to cross over the street, and then walk along. There's this garden on your right. You'll see it from the bridge as you cross over. A couple gates that you can come in. It's open most hours of the daytime hours, even a few hours at night. And from here, you can look down and see all the way to the Chin Sui Temple. You can see further down into the valley. Really beautiful views out here, and just a great way to appreciate the beautiful nature that this Genting Highlands area is. Although it is kind of crazy to realize that this garden is actually built on top of a 6-story building. I mean, this whole complex is really kind of an engineering marvel. Although, looking at the building down there, I hope it's sturdy, because it looks like it hasn't seen some paint in a long time. And the last thing to know is I've got even more videos. If you're coming to Kuala Lumpur, you might enjoy some of my videos right here on the screen. Also, links in the description below. And as usual, I won't say goodbye, because I'll see you in the next video.